Thank you. My name is Dr. Richard Schweickert. It's a tough one.
Could you spell it?
Schweickert. Thank you for the opportunity to make some comments today. I just, on the way here, received some information that should be pertinent to the Commission in dealing with the issues that have been brought forward by NV Energy, these proposals for fees and so forth on the opt-out provisions. As posted on May 7th of this year by the EMF Safety Network is a news article about the decision of the Vermont legislature adopting a free smart meter opt-out. I'm going to read parts of this and some follow-up comments from the Huffington Post. Last week, the state legislators of Vermont voted to allow utility customers a no-fee smart meter opt-out. Specifically, the bill says that customers must be allowed, quote, to choose not to have a wireless smart meter installed at no additional monthly or other charge, end quote. The bill, as written and passed through the Vermont House of Representatives, says that customer rights include that the utility must Part 2, allow a customer to choose not to have a wireless smart meter installed at no additional monthly or other charge. And 3, allows a customer to require removal of a previously installed wireless smart meter for any reason and at an agreed upon time without incurring any charge for such removal. Those are provisions of the legislature passed. In the meantime, the Vermont Public Service Board, who regulate the Vermont utilities, had already approved delaying opt-out charges until April 2013. The purpose of suspending the fees was to evaluate the real costs instead of arbitrary numbers. And this echoes the point of one of the previous speakers. The Huffington Post had a news article about these events published on May 14th of this year, calling attention to the decision of the Vermont legislature. And it says this: worries about health effects, privacy, and costs are fueling growing opposition to wireless digital smart meters that utilities around the country are installing at homes and businesses and touting as key energy conservation and grid reliability tools. Senator Robert Hartwell, Democrat from Bennington and a leading supporter of the free opt-out, said in an interview, they're the ones who came up with this. The utilities didn't really care what the ratepayers thought. So since they're the ones who are trying to impose the new system, we think they're the ones who should absorb the costs. There's plenty more in this Huffington Post article that reviews many of the issues that were discussed back in February and have been part of the ongoing discussion. But I believe one of the more telling comments is near the bottom of this Huffington Post article about Vermont, and it quotes the U.S. DOE Inspector General. DOE, of course, is the entity that has funded the smart meters around the country. The U.S. Department of Energy Inspector General, Gregory Friedman, said in a report issued in January of this year that many companies deploying smart meters had not done enough to protect the systems from hackers who might be after customers' personal information or who might be looking to sabotage utility grids. Quote, without a formal risk assessment and associated mitigation strategy, threats and weaknesses may go unidentified, end quote, and expose utility grids, quote, to an unacceptable level of risk, end quote, Friedman wrote. These are comments about the security risks, and I believe other speakers today here and in Las Vegas and also back in February have plenty to say about the health risks. So I'd like to end with just posing the logical inconsistency that this is NV Energy's program, and it's absolutely absurd for ratepayers to pay to avoid that program. Thank you.